Being the client manager at my company, I get the privilege to talk with clients from time to time, and I get to know what their concerns are. And recently I was in a conversation with the client and he asked me a question, and I believe that also may have been on your mind too as a client or someone who wants to invest in real estate. This was the question he asked me. He says, why do I still have to pay for development levy even after buying the land and I want to develop on the property? Why do I still need to pay the development levy or development fee? If that's a concern to you, if that's a question that has been on your mind, in this video I'll be answering that question. Make sure you stay and watch to the very end as I'll answer that question for you. And also, if you are new to my channel, my name is Roy and I am that realtor that makes real estate easy for you. I take away the headaches of real estate transaction for you. Now let's dive right in. First of all, what is a development levy? Development levy or development fees are payments that you make to the real estate company that you buy land for that will be used to develop the estate, as the name implies. I know you're asking yourself, but I mean, I paid for the land. Why didn't they include the development fees in the price of the land and all of that was going on in the mind of that client as well? Now, this is what you need to know. If you are buying land from a family or a layout and from someone or somewhere that is not an estate, that is not managed by a real estate company, then there's no need for you to pay the development levy. They don't have the right to task you or ask you for development levy. If it's not from a real estate company, if it's not from an estate, then there is no need to ask you for development levy. But however, if you are buying from a real estate company, from an estate, then it is important that you pay the development levy, and here is why. The development levy varies across different states in Nigeria, and it comprises of basically two things. In some other states it's just one, and most states it's these two things. The development levy is made up of the infrastructural fee and the community development fee. Now I'll take the first one, which is the infrastructural fee. Now, estates have what's called the futures, right? You see, this estate is going to have well and beautiful drainages, street lights, good access roads and security and what have you, all of that. The development levy that you're paying would be to ensure that these features are delivered to you as promised. Remember, what you most times pay for is the price of the land and documents in some cases where they say it's all inclusive. But companies go ahead to let you know, see that, hey, there is a development levy attached to buying from this company, buying from this estate, because you don't have to go on by yourself to make these other things available. They are making it available for you, from the street lights to all the other amenities that it comes with. This is what the development levy will be used for. The infrastructural fee, I beg your pardon, of the development levy will be used for. It will be used to make all of these things available. Before you begin to develop on that land, it's oftentimes mandatory that you pay the development fee for that property when you buy from an estate. It's very important that you do that. Okay, it's used to handle and settle all of that. And trust me, when you do this, these real estate companies will definitely make sure that these things are made and got at a standard. They maintain a standard of quality construction and affordable cost as well. But if you decide to say you want to do strong here and decide to develop by yourself, of course this cannot work with an estate. But if you've ever thought of developing by yourself, ensure that these things are there. You can tell the cost, and you can tell it's going to be much more than when you are partnering with the real estate company to make sure it's available in your estate. So real estate companies are actually being very considerate in asking for development fees and not allowing you carry the cost of developing the estate or the environs of your particular plot by yourself. That is the first part, infrastructural fees. It has to do with all of that. Now the second part is the community development fees. It's also part of the development fees or development levy. Now this includes payments that are being made to the community where that property was bought from by the real estate company. It ensures that you do not experience any form of encumbrances or restrictions when you want to develop on your land. Okay, Now, fees like the youth development in the southeast is something called the one Chago, and some other fees that will be made to the community. The real estate company, our companies, make sure that we negotiate rightly with the communities and take the burden of you paying per plot by yourself to the community. We negotiate, because trust me, if we allow you to get into conversations with the communities to make this payment yourself, you're likely going to be over you're likely going to overpay, because they know, of course, and you will be swindled or made to pay more. But we step in and ensure that we negotiate rightly with these community leaders and all, and on your behalf we pay these monies to the community, so that when you want to develop on your land, nobody's coming to tell you that they have not paid for the gods of the land to release this and all of that. No, you can build on expressly. That is why it's important you adhere and pay your development fees before you start to develop on a piece of property that you buy anywhere in Nigeria. It's standard practice across Nigeria. That is what the development fee entails, and that is why it's important you pay it. So, okay, when I was able to answer a client telling all of this, he got to realize that, oh, it's actually for their good. Because he told me that prior to then, he thought once you pay for the land, that's all of it. There's nothing else to do. Just go and develop and build. No, development fee saves you a whole lot of stress that otherwise, if it was released to you to carry, you may never want to buy land in your life again. That is what the development fee does. So yeah, I hope I have been able to answer that question. Why should I pay development fee after paying for my land? I trust that this has answered that question. If you watched thus far, please subscribe to my channel and leave a comment in the comment section of this video. If there are any other concerns you have, feel free to reach out on the phone number on your screen, and I'll be happy to guide you and answer you, so that you do not make mistakes when transacting real estate in Nigeria. Till I come your way in the next video, stay smart, stay wise, and of course, I cannot fail to ask, let me be your guy and your guide when you want to transact real estate in Nigeria. I will definitely do you good. Yes, I have to sell myself, don't I? See you in the next video.